Right now in Vancouver, there are people who sold their home, bought a new one, and ended up homeless for 3 weeks, sleeping at their sister's place, living out of suitcases because they made one huge mistake. They thought selling and buying at the same time is just two normal deals. It is not. It is actually the most dangerous move in the whole market. One wrong step here can cost you $50,000, $80,000, even $100,000, not from bad luck, but from bad timing. So if you're planning to sell your place and buy your next one, stay with me for the next 10 minutes. This could be easily the most important video you watched this year. Hey, I'm Amir Ahmadi, a Vancouver Realtor with Royal LePage Sterling Realty. My mission is to help serious buyers and sellers move fast and safe without wasting money or time. So without further ado, let's get into the first trap in 2026 that folks like you might come across, and it is the bridge financing trap. Here is a trap almost every Vancouver homeowners falls into. It is called a bridge financing, and most people think it is their safety net. It's actually a leash. Here's what happens. You sell your house, closing date is, let's say, I don't know, September 1st, and you buy your new house, closing date is September 15th. It's just 2 weeks apart, so your bank says no problem, we'll bridge you. That means the bank gives you a short-term loan using the money from your sale to cover your new purchase before the sale money actually lands in your account. Sounds easy, right? Here's the trap. Bridge loans are actually expensive. We're talking hundreds of dollars a day in interest, and if your sale gets delayed, even by 3 or 4 days, your bridge loan doesn't just disappear. You're stuck paying for 2 properties at the same time with no warning. I've seen people paying over $5,000 just in bridge fees for a reason it wasn't their fault even. That's not your fault, but it is your bill. So before you ever agree to a bridge loan, ask your lender the exact daily cost, not the estimate, the exact number. If they cannot tell you, that's your red flag. This will bring us to the second most important trap in 2026 BC real estate market, which is the 60-day closing killer. If someone tells you a 60-day closing is safer, they're basically wrong, and it could break your entire deal. Here's why. A lot of sellers think, I want more time, so I'll ask for 60 days. Feels comfortable, but in Vancouver's market, 60 days is an eternity. The real risk of a 60-day closing in 2026 isn't the sudden rate hike. It's actually appraisal shortfalls in a softening condo market like right now, or the buyer failing to sell their own home. Why? Well, you tell me. Exactly. Because inventory is sitting longer. So here's my rule. Anything past 30, 35 days, you need a real reason for it, not just more time feels safer. Because in this market, time is the most expensive thing you can ask for. And the third trap is the Leaseback Lifeline. What if I told you you can sell your house and still sleep in your own bed that night? It is called a leaseback, and almost nobody uses it very right. Here's how it works. You sell your home, but as part of the deal, you negotiate to rent it back from the new buyer. This is huge if you're buying your next place but haven't closed on it yet. Instead of moving twice, paying for storage, staying in a hotel, you just stay put. I recently helped a family do this. They sold their townhouse, leased it back for a week, and moved directly into their new house. Zero storage cost, zero hotel nights, zero stress. But here is the catch. These agreements require specialized, robust legal clauses and advice from a lawyer. And also you have to ask for this upfront before you accept an offer, not after that. Once the deal is signed without it, you basically lost your leverage. So if timing is tight for you, put the lease back on the table from day one. All right, quick question for you. Are you selling first or buying first? Drop it in the comments right now. Selling first or buying first? I actually read every single comment, and honestly, your situation might become my next video. Okay, so let's keep going. The subject to sale danger. If you're selling your home and someone hands you an offer with subject to sale on it, be very, very careful. This clause means the buyer's offer only becomes real after they sell their own place first. Sounds fine on paper, but here is the danger. You accept their offer, weeks goes by, their house isn't selling. Now, you lost your best window waiting on someone else's timeline. I've seen sellers lose $30,000, $40,000 because they held their home for a subject to sell buyer who never actually closed. Now, I'm not saying never accept this kind of offers. Sometimes they are the only offer on the table. But if you do, you need an escape clause. It is called a time clause or kick out clause. It lets you keep marketing your home. And if a better unconditional offer comes in, the first buyer has 24 to 72 hours to remove their condition, or you can walk to the new buyer. Never ever accept subject to sell without this protection built in. And this brings us to the fifth common trap in 2026 BC real estate market. market, which is aligning your funds. This one mistake can actually put you in default on your own purchase. Here's what happens. You're buying a new home, you need to put down a deposit, usually 5%, and most people think they can use the deposit from the house they're selling to cover that. Makes sense, right? No, because the deposit on your home sale is actually called stakeholders' money and it will be kept in the broker's trust account until completion of that transaction. So you really need to secure alternative funds like a home equity line of credit or liquid cash before you even write an offer. What if your home sale deal didn't go through until after your own deposit is due? You could be short on the exact day it matters the most. And missing a deposit deadline is not a small issue. Believe me, it can legally put you in default. You could lose the whole deal. So here's what you do. Before you offer anything, and also before you ever remove subjects on your purchase, map out every single day and ensure you're having a plan and know exactly when your funds are actually available. On paper, in writing, not in your head. This is exactly the kind of thing a good realtor manages for you, so you're never caught off guard. Okay, let's be real for a second. Buying and selling at the same time is not something you figure it out by watching one YouTube video. It takes real planning, real numbers, real coordination. If you pre-approved or you own a home right now and you're serious about selling and moving into your next place, click in the link below, apply for a strategy call. I will personally map out your exact timeline, your deposits, your closing dates, your risk points before you lose one single dollar to bad timing. Spots are limited because I only take on serious clients, so don't wait on this. Alright, and if you want to go deeper before you even list your home, go watch my other videos right here on how to move up in Greater Vancouver without losing equity. It connects directly to everything we've just talked about. I'll see you in that one. And finally, just a quick heads up. While I'm a licensed realtor with Royal LePage Realty, this video is for educational purposes only and isn't a formal financial, legal, or tax advice. Every real estate situation is unique and the Vancouver's real estate market moves fast. So make sure to talk to your own legal counsel or mortgage professional or tax professionals before signing anything. Thank you and see you in the next video.